Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. So let's talk about a little bit about being a project manager or in some kind of leadership position when you're in charge of a project, a certain delivery, and things are not going well. What do? You have to present a status update and everything is looking like it's not going too well. You might not make the deadline. Okay. First of all, understand the status meetings are for that, to provide a status. Is to provide visibility over what have you gotten done, what have been your problems, are we closer to the finish line or not, what do we need to talk about, okay, what do we need to change, because regardless, this is the truth, okay, regardless, if you're not going to make it, you're not going to make it. Some people say just throw in more resources and then everything is gonna happen. Like it's a magic wand kind of deal, like a magic formula where you throw in more resources and then voila, everything gets done. Well, the truth is you add more resources and the complexity, whatever you was doing now multiplies, right? It takes a certain time to get everyone on the same page, everyone understanding the project, and then that takes away time from your other resources. However, at the end, you might make it with new resources, but let's just forget about that for a moment and let's talk about when you don't have that option, okay? But even if you have that option, is no, I don't want that, okay? Reality is this is the time you have, this is what you need to do, and it doesn't matter how you try to work around that, it's not going to get done. What do? Some people would prefer to walk into a meeting and lie. They'll present a full status report. Okay? They think they're buying themselves time because they don't want the pressure, they don't want the feedback, and everything else that comes with it. However, the pressure starts building more and more and more because you know you're not going to make it. And those status meetings get harder and harder and harder because eventually the client is going to know there's not going to be a delivery. So why lie? Present what's going on. Talk about the action items you're taking to remediate some of the issues. Talk about, okay, is this really all necessary? Can we have a phase 1 of this delivery or phase 2 that includes this, and that without this? Evaluate your options, good, bad, ugly, crazy, whatever it is, you need to evaluate your options. The only way to evaluate your options is when you are looking at the real picture, when you're evaluating the real picture, when you're actually providing the vision, when you're providing the truth. It is hard, but not doing that is not the solution. Walking away from status meetings, just coming up with crazy excuses not to present yourself, not to show up. Again, it's not a solution. At some point, you're going to need the status meeting. Whether it's today or tomorrow or next week, you still need it. Show up. Be responsible with your team. Be responsible with yourself. Be responsible with the owner of the product. So I know it's hard. It's really, really hard. And sometimes you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to walk in there and the news are not going to be good. But news might be bad this week and news next week might be great because you had a conversation and you had that aha moment where you're like, okay, we can do that. Let's shift gears. Let me regroup my team now that I have this information. It's not always pretty. I'm not saying it's going to be pretty, but it's something you have to deal with. You can't just hide away from it. Lying is not an answer. Anyway, just put it out there in case you're in charge of something. You need to provide a status meeting. You're a project manager, a leader, a scrum master, an agile coach. I don't know what role you're in right now. You wouldn't like people lying to you, right? So why do that to your clients? Honesty and transparency so that you can adapt to whatever's going on, so that people can actually make decisions, talk to other people is the best way to go. It might not be the simplest way to go. Anyway, bye. See you later.